Hey guys, welcome to another episode of War Divisions where I talk about the MR lower units and I use them in various situations. Uh, it's been a while since I uploaded War Divisions. I had to take a little break from uploading YouTube videos for a bit, mainly because work's been stressful, and I just needed to just take a breather. Always take a breather, guys. Whether you're playing games, uploading, doing whatever, just take a breather. I took some time off from work, and now I feel more refreshed. So now I want to make videos and stuff like that. Uh, Enough about that. Let's talk about Seymore here. So Seymore, I spent a little extra time working with him compared to other MR units because I couldn't quite figure him out that, and he felt kind of boring. But I think the reason why he felt boring is because I just couldn't figure him out. Seymore is plain and simple a high attacker. Like he's almost glass cannoning. I want to say like he does die one hit most of the time. But he's meant to just do a lot of damage. I want to call him a tank buster because he has that high of a damage output if you build him correctly and team him up with the correct units. Which part of me feels like I may have been missing something when I'm building him, but I think I know why. And I'll explain in a minute. But first, let's just look at his kit real quick. Starting with his master abilities 1 and 2. Because this is going to lean to why he hits hard. His master ability, once you get him up to master ability 2, will let him give fire allies more HP and stop resistance 25. His own attack power is going to get 20% up higher, while he'll gain defense piercing rate for 30 and accuracy 30. So right there, he's meant to hit hard. He doesn't care who he's hitting. He just wants to hit people. So that's good. Then when you get to his transcendent form, his 140 form, he's going to gain even more defense pierce rate of 40. And then his Dreamweave mastery, it gets enhanced, which is his support. Oops, no, not that. So when we go to his support, we're gonna see that his he gained Dreamweave mastery, which raises his attack evasion rate and lowers AP consumption. So he doesn't have to rely on bells too much, or if you do give him bells or any AP restoration, then he's going to be hitting, hard hitting a lot longer in battle, which is great. Or you could give him more acquired AP up moves, and he's still going to last long. He is not reliant on bells anymore. He has acquired AP up as one of his supports, so that helps where you don't need bells, but you might want to use some of his other supports over that, like Viking Lord for HP and attack, or Thief Lord for movement and agility. So it's up to you what you want to do, how you want to go about it. But with his master ability 2 and his transcendent ability, he's already at 70% defense piercing rate. Just from that alone. And I think I'm assuming the max number is 100. He only needs 30 more. His sub jobs are Viking and Thief Lord. Both are pretty good because he's meant to be a hard hitter. That's where the Viking sub job comes into play. Because if you get him close, he's going to be hitting hard. He has access to full body blow. With Viking's upgraded job enhancements recently, this move is going to lower the target's defense and slash resistance, and significantly lower their reaction ability, and then deal X extra large damage. It's gonna hurt. This is why I call him a tank buster, because if he does this on a tank, he's gonna do massive damage on the tank, especially if the tank receives some chain damage prior to this. He's gonna do a lot of damage. The only problem with this move is he has to be super close to the opponent, like right in their face, in order to use it, and that's kind of hard for him to do, because he's, like I said, he's kind of glass cannony, so he has the movement to get there. It's just making sure he gets there. So most of the time, if you want to do this sub job, you have to pair him with a tank. I mean, I think you need to pair him with a tank anyway, if you want to fully utilize him. But definitely in a tank if you want to try to utilize this. What I feel like I'm personally missing out on is the fact that he actually has access to some status moves that I'm not taking advantage of, and I feel like that is actually going to help his gameplay more. And I might test out him at 97 Fate to see how well, if that changes things up or not. Because currently the battles I did with him, the ones I recorded, because I used them in the recent quick pit matches, I used them in some arena, used them in a guild, limited guild battles, and it's been a lot of mixed results. Mostly most negatives, but when he shined, he shined. But I do feel like it's partly because I have him at 50 faith and not 97 faith. So he gains two things when you take him to job 120. His samurai move that I can't even pronounce this. I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna butcher like I butcher names. Gensui Oborozuki. This move gets enhanced to not only cost this it normally causes slow, I believe. It's been a while because he gained an enhancement for this move, and he gained and there was a job upgrade for this move. But this move now lowers healing power, so whatever damage he does to a target, they're not going to be able to heal it back up much. But it also has a chance of doing slow and disable. Those are two things that are going to greatly help him get even closer to an enemy. Because this is 2 squares away, so he's not as close to do a full body blow. But on the next turn, and he's most likely going to lap the slow target, he's going to do a full body blow for a KO. It's going to be insta KO. Or whatever move he wants, because he might not even do that. He might do the Hien move that got a job upgrade, now recovers AP on KO, because this is also another upgrade move. But I feel like at 97 faith, I might see more slow and disables from this move, and it's just going to greatly help his survivability and gameplay. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that he gains access to a new move called Dream Calling Blade, which it's a good range move and has its AoE and has a chance of putting targets to sleep. Now, at first you're like, oh, putting targets to sleep, that's whatever. The next time they get hit, they'll wake up, and maybe your allies will hit them and wake up. Well, the thing about sleep that I always forget, and then maybe some people are aware of, is that when a target is sleeping, they'll take more damage while they're asleep. So that next hit that will most likely wake them up or kill them is because extra damage was done to them. And this is why I'm not realizing that the reason why he has this move is because the idea is that he's supposed to do as much high power damage as possible. And putting enemies to sleep will help achieve that. So if I have him at 97 faith, I'm more likely to get I won't say all units, but more units to sleep, more chances of getting people to sleep. There's not a lot of units highly resistant to sleep, and there's a lot of mages running around. So I think I need to do that in order to really bring out the potential for Seymore here. Plus, if I have him on Viking sub job and they're sleeping, then I can he can move into range to make sure they're dead. That's for sure. But with him at 50 fate, I think that's where like he's just not doing those moves. He's doing any other strong move that he can to do damage, and when he does damage, to me it doesn't seem impressive. Like it doesn't seem like I'm doing high damage to them, unless it's off a chain. When it's off a chain, it's pretty impressive. He doesn't need high amount of chains to just reach damage cap. He can reach damage cap pretty easily. But this is one of the moves that he likes to do a lot because it raises his slash attack piercing rate and then deal large damage. This is one of the upgrades to Samurai, the Samurai job. Another thing is that Samurai has the potential to be evasive. And I've tried to use them in evasion teams. The most common would be pairing with either Yuffie or Sorrow from the Dragon Quest event. And it was kind of 50-50. That's where like his thief sub job will come in if you want to make him kind of evasive. Because he has access to both Shadowcast and Steel Vision. I didn't really upgrade Steel Vision. But that will help with his evasion. And then he has quick action as a reaction ability to really help with his agility. Of course, he has to survive for that. But I feel like you don't want to go that route. You just want to go full Samurai or Viking and just hit hard, hit fast, and go from there. His Samurai subjob has illusion, which now grants area attack resistance. So I feel like that's going to be a bit better than his thief job. But depends on how you put what you put in his Trustmaster reward slot for the Trustmaster buff, and how you want him to go about on the map is what you want to choose for his sub job. Like I choose illusion because it's an AoE buff and he will move towards the tank to do both the buff on himself and the tank, and then it gives him time to do another buff before he moves into action. Whereas if he has Thief sub job, all his TP moves would be self-targeted, and he's just gonna keep moving forward, which I might not want because then he's pretty much leading a suicide charge. I didn't do this for Naya because healers, you could just put them in any group. So I didn't bother showing a build for that. But for Seymore, he's a damage leader. So I want to show just one sample team. The most common team that you might see him with would be with King Mont. The third person can be whoever. I just put Sorrow here because Sorrow is a good is also good with Seymore. But if you don't have Sorrow and you have Yuffie's a good option. If you don't have either of those two, then Gilgamesh is a nice third slot, even though Gilgamesh is ice. I feel like Gilgamesh does pair well with Seymore also because Gilgamesh has a move that lowers slash resistance on the opponent. So that way Seymore could just hit even harder. Kima also has that in his kit as well, but Kima also has the Sable in his kit, Berserk, stuff like that. So you can have Kima do that while Gilgamesh does the slash resistance stuff and work from there. And then they're both slash units, so you could build a chain up from there. But just looking at just this setup alone, this setup alone he's at 1700 attack power, and I've seen him higher than this. I seen him 2k attack power. So obviously I'm missing something, but he can reach high attack power. one thing about Seymore is that he could wear armor, and I think one of the best trust masters for him to wear is the glinting armor, because he has access to Keen Blade, which is an AoE thing that will raise a slash attack and CT for himself and everyone around him. So this is like a great trust master for him to have. And if you have the trust master, the trust stones on it, you could give him the attack one, and you're gonna get 10% more defense piercing rate up. So with that brings me up to 80% defense piercing rate up without even putting any other equipment on. If you use his card, you not only get access to more slash attack up, and some magic resistance, but he's gonna get a bestowed attack 50% up and bestowed defense piercing rate 20, which brings him up to 100% just from one trust stone set and one card. On top of that, his transcendent and his master ability, he's at 100% defense piercing rate. He's gonna attack. He's gonna do damage to tanks. You stack him up with some slash resistance penetration through cards or whatever you want, or stack him up with accuracy since evasion is still a thing, and he's gonna be hitting hard. But yeah. Oh, Esper wise, Odin or Dark Odin's great. Ifrit or Dark Ifrit, those are great too. If you want to focus on his evasion, then Dark Odin or Dark Ifrit would be good for him. But if you want to focus on his attack, I think Odin might be better. There's some other ones. I think if you want to go lower rarity for certain limited cost events, Merilith is a good one because she gives slash. No wait. Does she give slash? I don't think she gives slash. Never mind. But she's still a good option because she does. When you summon her, she's a slash fire Esper, so it's still not bad. But I thought there was one that has. There's an Esper with fire and slash. I just can't remember what. But yeah, just for any Esper that gives slash attack up, fire damage up, mani or stuff like that is good. Accuracy, you if you're having trouble with evasion, stuff like that. But as for my thoughts on if you should transcend him, I say you could do it. It doesn't hurt because if you're the type that loves to do high damage, then this is gonna be the guy for you, especially in limited cost events, where he's gonna shine the most. I didn't transcend him yet, reincarnated him yet. But if you reincarnate him and stack him up with slash resistant, piercing rate, stuff like that, attack power slash up, he's gonna be hitting hard. I think getting him up to 97 fate is the way to go if you want to really bring out his full potential. Start putting enemies to sleep, start disabling them, slow them down. It will help him greatly in the field. I'm not doing that, but I wasn't doing that. I'm thinking I'm gonna start doing that now, and maybe I'll show a gameplay video of that in the future. But for now, I hope you guys enjoy this. Just to recap, if he's worth the Transcendent, only if you're into glass cannon type units, or you like fire units and you have fire units going. I think he's worth it. If you're not into the glass cannon type of units, then I don't recommend him. he might be a little bit hard to figure out first because I'll admit I had trouble figuring him out. I think I got him now. But yeah, if you're iffy on that or just don't feel like you, then don't do it. But I think he's worth it. Like, so he's there. He has the potential to be there. He's not like Naya where I don't think, even though she's great, I don't think she's worth it. In this case, he's worth it. It's just you gotta work with him more. Anyway, that's the TLDR. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next video we'll have some gameplay footage that I gathered of using him. I'm gonna try to make him shine. I'll try to see if I could get some gameplay with him at 97 Fate. But till then, catch you guys later. Peace.